स्टूडेंट टाइप स्मार्ट काम करो, सब्सक्राइब के साथ साथ बेल आइकन भी दबाओ।
Hey guys, welcome to Maneuver. I'm Advocate Nisha Lotia and my today's session is for all the law entrance exams. Students, Indian Penal Code is very vast. So the awareness of the types of questions relating to the offense becomes the need of the hour. A correct mentor can guide you with what to study and what not to study when it comes to Indian Penal Code. My today's video will help you analyze the way a question is posed and how one should solve it. But before that, let me tell you about the online lectures which Maneuver is offering during this pandemic. So you can stay at your home, be safe and at the same time prepare yourself. Guys, for the online lectures, you can call us or WhatsApp us on 8828581455 or you can visit our website, that is maneuveredu.com, and the link has been mentioned in the description also, so it's very easy to join us, guys. The first question for the day, about the Indian Penal Code goes, and I read the direction. Each question consists of legal propositions, principles, herein referred to as the principles and facts. Mostly the questions from the Indian Penal Code, is in the form of the principles and facts, guys. These principles have to be applied to the given facts to arrive at the most reasonable conclusion. Such principles may or may not be true in the real sense. In the sense, it is not necessary कि आप जो facts पढ़ रहे हो कि कभी हुआ होगा. They can be illusionary also. Yet you have to conclusively assume them to be true for the purposes of this section. Okay, so now again, guys, it is going to be a principle fact based question, and if this is your principle, then you are not allowed to go out of this box. And one more thing you have to be clear, that there are lots of chances when it comes to Indian Penal Code that you answer suggestion to be a real answer choice. Do not do that. Even all the social options will never be your answers, guys. मेरे को लगता है कि ऐसा ही ये केस में ऐसा ही होना चाहिए. That will never be your answer. Go strictly as per the law and go strictly as per the principle mentioned. It is mandatory that you follow the principle. Your own views, your own suggestions and your personal knowledge should not be used. Now, reading the first question of the day, principle says every person has a right of self-defense. Okay, so the question is based on self-defense if his life is under imminent threat. Now over here, this is something it is from the self-defense, and over here you can see that there's a condition. If means a condition, correct? So if the life is under the imminent danger, okay, so imminent means what? Whatever thing you're doing for the self-defense, that has to be on the spur of that very moment, on that spot hi hona chahiye. In the sense, I'll give you a simple example, guys. Agar if in the morning 6 o'clock you're going for a morning walk and somebody comes and tries to snatch your chain, okay, you shout a lot and that person cannot snatch your chain. Then the next day, okay, again you are planning your morning walk and you're leaving for the day, and when guys that you see a chain snatcher at that very moment, he's not snatching your chain but what you do, that you give a blow on his wrist and then he gets a severe injury. Is this a self-defense? Okay, guys, in my second example, that is not a self-defense, because at that very moment the guy is not doing anything to you. So self-defense ka sabse bada ingredient hota hai that it has to be on the spur of the moment. Okay, please remember that thing. It is a very very important ingredient. Uspe bahut sare different facts follow karke ye log questions pose karte hain. The first facts goes, Agarwal threats Mehta that he will kill him. After this declaration, Agrawal goes to his house saying that he would get his revolver. Okay, now यहाँ पे we are saying there is no imminent danger because Agrawal threats Mehta that he will kill him. Currently तो वो कुछ भी नहीं कर रहा, he is just saying. Okay, so what should be the next step of Mehta? Mehta cannot exercise a right of self-defense. Mehta will have to run away. Mehta will have to go to the police station and file a complaint. Mehta can pull out a revolver too. Now over here, Mehta cannot pull out a revolver because he cannot take law in his hands. Okay, Mehta cannot exercise the right of self-defense. Okay, this is a correct option over here. Mehta will have to run away. Again, this is a suggestion, and Mehta will have to go to the police station and file a complaint. This also option looks good, but as per the as per the principle mentioned, can he use his self-defense? He cannot use the self-defense right now. Mehta cannot exercise the right of self-defense because right now he is not harming, he is just talking about it, he is not doing anything. Once if he if he has a gun in his hand and he's talking it, that is would be an entirely different topic. He is just threatening him. Okay, so the thing is he cannot exercise his right of self defense. The next question is, when a criminal act is done by several persons in furtherance of common intention of all, each of such persons is liable for the act in the same manner as if it were done by him alone. In the sense, if A is sitting here in India, okay, and he's planning a bank robbery, okay, so he will get a help from all the persons, say he will get a help from B who is sitting in Nagpur to sketch, he might, because that person has an entire knowledge about the banks, बैंक का पूरा मैप उसको पता है कि where is the withdrawal counter or where is the cash counter or where the jewelries are kept and everything. So B is planning all that, how it is to be done. He's giving him the sketch. C is getting all arms and ammunitions, and D is financing him sitting in US. Okay, so when a bank robbery is planned, so all the parties A, B, C and D, okay, all the four of them will be charged with the theft. Why, guys? Because भले A ने bank robbery की, but B, C and D are also party to the theft. There is a common intention, correct? So A, B and C, A, B, C and D, all the four persons will be held liable. Okay, so this is what it means by when you are saying common intention of all. So only one person will not be charged, all the four of them will be charged. Let's see the facts mentioned here. Roshan, along with two of his friends, Tushar and Tarang, proceeded to the house of Darshan in order to avenge an insult made by the brother of Darshan. Okay, they opened the fire on the members of the Darshan's family. It was found that the shots of Roshan did not hit anyone, but the shots of Tushar and Tarang succeeded in killing Darshan. Now, let's see the options. Once I read the option, guys, pause the video and thereby check the answers with me. Okay, try and solve it by yourself first. Okay, the first option goes, Roshan was not liable for the offense of murder of Darshan as Roshan's shot did not hit Darshan. Only Tushar and Tarang were liable for the offense of murder of Darshan as their shots hit Darshan. Roshan, along with Tushar and Tarang, was liable for the offense of murder of Darshan. Roshan was liable to a lesser extent comparing to his friends for the offense of murder of Darshan as Roshan's shots did not hit Darshan. Now the last option, who is liable till what extent, and this is not our point of view, this is the court's purview, guys. Okay, so this will never be our correct answer choice. Okay, किसने किसको कितनी सजा मिलनी चाहिए, that is the court's purview. Now the principle is clearly mentioning you that if there is a common intention, then all will be be punished. Okay, so over here Roshan was not liable for the offense of murder as as Roshan's shots did not hit Darshan. Abhi usne shot, he triggered the gun but it did not hit him, so that is not the thing, but there was a common intention of killing. Okay, so this is not my correct answer choice. Only Tushar and Darshan were liable for the offense of murder of Darshan as their shots hit. Now this is the other way of saying कि इसका shot नहीं लगा और इन लोग का लग गया. Okay, so this is also not my correct answer choice because there was a common intention, so all of them has to be charged. Now Roshan, along with Tushar and Tarang, was liable for the offense of murder of Darshan. This is my correct answer choice. I hope the topic is getting clear and better. Moving ahead with the next offense, guys. Whoever intentionally uses force, okay, to any person without that person's consent in order to the committing of any offense or intending by the use of such force to cause or knowing it to be likely that by the use of such force he will cause injury, fear or annoyance to the person to whom the force is used is said to use criminal force to that or other. Now guys, this is nothing but the criminal force का definition है ये. If you are attending my lectures, you will understand how a definition is to be read and understood guys. Definition में क्या होता है, आपको कभी read नहीं करना होता है. Only the condition mentioned is very important because definition will never change. Okay, so once you understand it is a criminal force का offense, just go ahead with it. Never reread the definition, it will never change. The conditions attached to the definitions are very very important. Facts. Now the definition talks about the criminal force. Okay, what does a criminal force means? Okay, it can be direct and it can be indirect also. Okay, so let's start with the facts. Z is riding in a palanquin. A, intending to rob Z, seizes the pole and stops the palanquin. Now here A has caused cessation of motion to Z, and A has done this by his own bodily power. Now okay, here first of all let me tell you the meaning of palanquin is nothing but a palki. Palki होती है ना जिसमें बैठ के लोग जाते हैं, so that is what it is. It means a palki. Okay, here Z is riding in a palanquin. Now A intending to rob Z. Okay, so there is nothing but a criminal force is used over here in order to rob him, correct? So there is nothing but the direct application of the principle. Z has used criminal force to A has used criminal force to Z. A has no intention to use criminal force to Z. A has used force with the consent of Z. None of the above is correct. Now it is a clear application of the principle guys over here. A has used the criminal force, okay, because he has stopped the palanquin using his bodily power. So guys, what I want to tell you that there are many offenses. There is theft, okay, then there is misappropriation, then there is criminal breach of trust, correct? So there are so many offenses, cheating, then rape, theft, murder. There's so many offenses. So I would request all of you to understand the concept properly, because they can trick you with the questions and with the facts. Okay, understand each of the offense properly, understand what are the ingredients required कि वो offense आप prove कर सको. These are very very important. And moreover in the examinations guys, read the principle properly, and there are chances, there is many a times the principle looks very difficult, but when you will understand the facts, then you will see that there can be a direct application of the principle. Because understand, you are not yet lawyers, it is just the entrance exam, but the problem is you should know what is to be studied and what is not to be studied. That is the main thing when it comes to the Indian Penal Code, because there are lots and lots of offenses, but what is important as per the examination point of view, only a correct mentor can guide you towards that, who is experienced. Okay, now moving ahead with the next question guys. Nothing is an offense by reason that it causes, or that it is intended to cause, or that it is known to be likely to cause any harm, if that harm is so slight, okay, that no person of ordinary sense and temper would complain of such harm. So now this is nothing guys, but this is your trifles. Okay, trifles, trifling acts, in the sense the act itself is so small, so tiny in nature. Like if you're playing a cricket and you broke somebody's window pane, now that person go to the court? No, he cannot go to the court, correct? Now this is based on the maxim that is nothing but de minimis non curate lex. Okay, so you should know the things they are called as trifles. If the nature of the act is so small, then you cannot go to the court for such an act. Okay, so this is what this principle trying to tell you. Now X takes a plain sheet of paper from Y's drawer. Okay, now they are clearly mentioned it is a plain sheet of paper. Okay, there's nothing written in it, so it is not at all an important document. You have to understand this difference. Okay, what is the meaning of a plain sheet? Why? Understand each and every word mentioned, each and every adjective becomes very very important. Okay, X takes a plain sheet of paper from Y's drawer without Y's consent to write a letter to his friend. Okay, now over here X has committed an offense in the above context, X has committed no offense in the above context. Y can sue X for an offense in the above context and none of the above is correct in the above context. Now over here it is saying, can clearly see it is a plain sheet of paper, so it is nothing but your trifles, guys. The nature is so small that you cannot sue the other person. So direct application of the principle, X has committed an offense, has committed no offense in the above context is your correct answer choice. Has committed an offense, Y can sue X, can never be your correct answer choice. Okay, one more thing I would like to tell you, that none of the above, okay, none of the above option, ये लीगल एप्टीट्यूड में बहुत कम आपको चॉइस मिलेगी कि दिस इज योर करेक्ट आंसर चॉइस. बिकॉज अंडरस्टैंड वन थिंग, ही द राइटर इज mentioning the principle, he is giving you the facts and he is creating the options just for the none of the above nota के लिए. No, he will not do that. So none of the above will be a very rare choice. Okay, I'm not saying it cannot be a choice, I'm using the word a rare choice. Do understand the difference, okay, and answer it properly. Going ahead with the next one, culpable homicide is murder if the act by which the death is caused is done with the intention of causing death, or if it is done with the intention of causing such bodily injury as the offender knows to be likely to cause the death of the person to whom the harm is caused, or if it is done with the intention of causing bodily injury to any person and the bodily intended to be inflicted is sufficient in the ordinary course, okay, of nature to cause death, or if the person committing the act knows that it is so imminently dangerous that it must in all probabilities cause death or such bodily injury as is likely to cause death, and commits such act without any excuse for incurring the risk of causing death or such injury as aforesaid. When an act is done by several persons in furtherance of the common intention of all, each of such persons is liable, okay, each of this person is liable for the act in the same manner as if it were done by him alone. Now over here we see that they are merging two definitions, that is nothing but your culpable homicide amounting to murder, correct, culpable homicide amounting to murder, and your common intention. Okay, common intention. Now you have to be careful with this. Okay, now these are the two definitions what they have merged up. Now let's go with the facts. Why a small boy was guarding the field. Z and M, outsider, trespassed and started harvesting. On protest by Y, then they beat him up, and hearing his cries, X and P, uncles of Y who were walking in the different direction, rushed in. One of them, X, fired at the trespassers, killing one of them and ran away. P was arrested and charged. Now what happens that, guys, over here, Y is a small boy who is guarding the field, and X and P are the uncles. Okay, now over here X is firing the gun, okay, and what happens, he is firing and one of and killing one of the trespassers, correct, and he runs away, but P is caught. Okay, be clear with the facts. Okay, but P is caught, arrested and charged. Which of the following statement is true? अभी जो P अरेस्ट किया है, okay, उसके लिए कौन सा स्टेटमेंट आपका करेक्ट होगा? He is liable for murder because of the similar intention of both the brothers. He is liable for murder because he was present when his brother fired at the trespassers. Now ये तो हो ही नहीं सकता ना, because what happens if he is present, then he cannot be held liable. Okay, so ये तो sensibly कि ये तो आपका हो ही नहीं सकता. He is not liable because there was no common intention to kill, and none of the above. Okay, so none of the above भी correct answer choice नहीं हो गया. Now understand oneself, can he be held liable for murder or can he not be held liable for murder? Now in the previous slide when I gave you the example of bank robbery, we can see that it was a complete planned thing, correct, they all had a proper planning. But over here when Y is shouting for help, did X and P plan anything? No. When X fired a gun, it was out of his own free will. Why has P to be blamed for the same? Okay, there was no, guys, over here you have to be very careful with the answer choices because they're gonna be very close. Okay, understand the facts given properly and apply the principle. He cannot be held liable. Okay, he is not liable because there was no common intention to kill. Okay, so he is liable is also not my correct answer choice. Okay guys, Now guys, over here during this pandemic, Maneuver can help you with the books. Okay, we have the mock test, which is very crucial. You cannot appear your exams without the mock test, because this will give you a real idea of which is your weak area, which is your strong area, the types of question, how much time is to be consumed by each section, and all that can be verified with the mock test by analyzing it. Okay, and then we have the sectional course, we have the entire course also guys, and we have the online lectures also going. So Maneuver can help you in the entire way, the entire method how you should prepare for your entrance exam guys. For the online program, you can call us on 8828581455, and you can visit us at maneuveredu.com law entrance guys. We are based at Borivali, Dadar and Vasai. Very shortly after this pandemic, we are coming to Pune also. So guys, stay home, stay safe and prepare yourself well. Okay, thank you.